We gotta restart for the YouTube. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 1 of Motivation Mondays. We got GradientMist. Mist, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you.
What up?
What up, man?
Thank you so
Welcome
much.
in. Today is normally not a stream day for you, but we appreciate you taking the time to come and hang out and chat with us, man. I'm excited to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah, I can't wait. When you told me about it at first, I was like, bro, I can't wait to see this because I know this is your thing. I know you love the TikTok tips and stuff like that. And you're really articulate. You got a good thing going here, and I'm glad I could be here to start it off with you, dude.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. So this is how it's gonna work, guys, for everybody that is new to this, or if this is your first time watching. We're gonna do a 45-60 minute interview, and the whole point of this is to kind of help you out. You know, if you're a streamer, if you're just starting out, or you've been streaming for a little while, you just need some motivation, you need some inspiration, maybe you want some tips and behind the scenes, some tricks, some trade secrets that, you know, no one's really gonna share with you except for us. You know, there's not really any gatekeeping around here. Mist might keep some secrets for himself, you know. We're not gonna beat it out of him.
No, you know what? I'm giving everything. I'm giving every single thing.
We appreciate that, man. At the end of the day, the point is, I want to bring on a different streamer every week and learn about them, learn about their journey, learn about their successes, their struggles. You know, kind of what inspires them, what keeps them going, and go from there. And hopefully that can translate over onto you guys, and you guys can be a little bit more inspired and have some incredible, fantastic streams down the line. So if you guys are new here, if you guys are not new here, if you guys know Mist or don't know Mist, I'm gonna put a shout out in the chat right now for my boy GradientMist. Links will be down below in the description, of course, because we're definitely putting this up on YouTube to keep forever. So anything you say here will be held and used against you in the court of YouTube. So we are good to go.
It's gonna be immortalized. I'm nervous.
Yeah. Forever, man. All right, dude. So I want to know a little bit more about you, man. What let's start out with getting to know you quickly about what you do on Twitch and what you stream, who you are. And we'll get into the rest of it. What do you stream on Twitch right now?
Right now we're streaming a lot of community games. We're streaming a ton of community games, a lot of and then just like anything else. Like we love Minecraft. We have a Minecraft server.
Nice.
We like to play Gartic Phone. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's a browser game where you can draw with your community. I've seen Peach play it, so I know if you've been here in Peach streams, you probably played it with him before. We do a lot of different random stuff, honestly. Like the chat loves to bring me different games, and when they come up and they're like, hey, I want to play this, if enough people want to play it, I might be down to try it. So, you know, I just love to do stuff with my community and like hang out and have a good time, honestly. So
I love that. I think that's super important. You know, I find a lot of people, especially when did you start streaming?
Okay, so like honestly in December of Okay. The full rundown, right?
So yeah, sure. Give me the full rundown. I mean, I'll loop back to what you just talked about, but I want to know.
Okay. So 5 years ago, I started streaming just randomly, like spontaneously. I would just stream from like my PS4 or something like that, and I would take clips. Yeah, and we would edit like our Call of Duty clips and just put them on YouTube. And that was like my first official start. But when I started consistently was like December of 2020, I want to say. So it's almost been 2 years. We're coming up on the 2-year anniversary. And once I started, then I just kept going. I just didn't stop. I've been on this grind ever since, you know?
Nice. I love that. Yeah, because I think that because of the pandemic and everything, there was a lot of streamers that started around that time. And I actually started streaming right before the pandemic hit. Like literally a couple of weeks before things started going off. And but same as you know, a couple of years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I was kind of messing around on my PS4 and just streaming directly to Twitch. You know, there was that cool integration. But the point is that all these community games are fantastic because I found that there were so many people looking to make friends and looking to just find other people that are just want to hang out. You know, you can't go out, you can't do the things. So, you know, kudos and mad respect for you to put your time into building a community and building a stream around the community. So I love that, man.
I mean, and that's centered around, and I don't know if you mind me like just going off, but like
For sure.
That's centered around the reason I started streaming in the first place. Like when I started streaming, the whole reason I started is because I had no friends. Like I had no one to talk to. I had no one outside of my immediate family that was really interested in my life, I think. And streaming really allowed me to sort of like not only like put myself out there in a way that was like super comfortable with me, but
Yeah.
also like sort of like you know, build something for myself that was already centered around the stuff that I was doing, you know, like playing video games every day, you know, just chilling
Yeah.
and having a good time, honestly, you know, and meeting people through that made it really made it really easy. Made it really easy.
Yeah, I think, a lot of people are looking for that, and I'm happy that you were there at the right time to to be successful and get a good stream, a solid stream, and a great community going, man. So how long? Because you started like kind of messing around on streaming like 5 years ago, and then really go hard 2 years ago. But like, how long have you been using Twitch? Like, were you on Twitch like since its inception?
No, no, not that long. I got in probably around the time that I started streaming. I think before I wanted to watch what? Like League of Legends content. My friend told me about Twitch and was like, "Hey, you know, like you can learn more about how to get good at League or whatever from watching these streamers." And I just went through like browse through the League tab, and obviously I don't know if you've seen it, but there are a bunch of different titles and a bunch of different languages. It's all super overwhelming. You go through,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, you click a random stream and you hope you're getting what you came for, but that's
Yeah.
kind of how I was introduced, and it just like piled on from there.
Yeah, yeah. Cool, man. So I want to know what like your background is. Like, what did you? Are you like? Are you in school right now? Are you working right now? Like, what's your background? Like, what are you? I don't know. Like what did you graduate in or whatever? Like, what field of work are you in?
Okay, so right now I'm a full-time streamer. Like this is all I do. I stream, I make content,
Nice.
and I'm always just like on social media, like just building my my streams and my YouTube channel, my TikTok, all that stuff. But before all this, I graduated with a computer science degree. I was doing cybersecurity, and then had to take a sort of like medical leave from all that. And then at the end of that, COVID hit like crazy. Everybody was just in the house and doing all that kind of stuff. And I was sort of kind of like, I guess, messing around with the cybersecurity stuff, but I was like, you know what? You know, like pandemic hit, medical leave, all this stuff. I think it's time to do something that really, you know, like really inspires me and really, really brings me joy. And I was
Nice.
like, you know, like what am I doing anyway? You know, like I'm playing games and I love gaming and I love gaming with my friends, you know, and they're
Yeah.
not always there, but you know, like maybe I could meet more people. So that kind of like really drove me to sort of like create a channel that was really true to me, you know, if anything.
Nice. I like that. Did you ever consider, becoming one of those bot accounts that goes around saying, want to buy more followers and then hack your way because you got the comp sci hacker man's background, you can go in and just boost the viewage to 1,000 viewers?
Yeah, honestly, if you check my channel, 1.6K of those followers are bots. But the last 100
Nice.
are real, I promise. No, no, no.
Want to be famous? Yeah.
Want to be famous?
Nice. I knew it had a ring to it. I recognized, it was your type of wording.
It's my branding, honestly.
I love it, man. Cool. So dedicating full time to it, going hard at it. I love that, man. Were you always doing community games from the beginning, or were you playing like other stuff?
No, no, and I like to tell people that streaming was like alongside of my like self-development journey, like really almost congruently, you know? So a
Okay.
lot of the stuff I was doing initially was just like I was playing Apex and stuff like that. I was playing Call of Duty, Minecraft and stuff, just stuff I was interested in. And
Nice.
as I grew my stream, I found more and more things that brought new people in, more things that sort of like excited me in different ways. I started trying new things that sort of like excited me and I guess I don't know the word for it, but inspired my creativity, you know, like in ways that was just different from just gaming, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And so like at what point did you start going more towards like the community games, like you said, like the Gartic phone and the Minecraft servers and stuff like that?
So I was always doing the Minecraft server. The Minecraft server
Okay.
has always been there as a part of the stream, as a way that that we could sort of incorporate people who are already in the community or a part of the community we're building through Minecraft, to have a place where everybody could come together and sort of like share at least one game everybody could play together, you know.
I like that.
Um,
Yeah.
so that was always there. So honestly, the community aspect has always been a big part of my at least my stream. But the Gartic recently started up within the past month. I just decided, hey, why don't I try this out? And I think it really allowed me to sort of push forward another creative aspect of myself and of the community as well. Like people who like to come in and share their art. We meet a lot of artists through there too. I know a lot of streamers need artists, right? Like, you know, you
Yeah,
need
true. That's
emotes,
smart.
you need branding stuff. You meet a lot of people through Gartic who are really, really good at art and are looking to commission themselves. So,
That's
you
smart.
know, and it builds the community even further. I allow self promo. I don't allow self promo in my Discord, but I do allow self promo for artists because I think art is dope, and I'm not personally an artist. You know, it doesn't really conflict in that way. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I love to build that around our artists.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, art is crazy, and I was never an artist either, so I always love seeing people's art. But that's a pro tip: play Gartic Phone on stream and find yourself an artist.
Hey, we be thinking a little bit like if you look up here, we got two artists here. Like if you check, I mean, Mary Goon came through the stream. Mary Goon did this one, and another VTuber actually, Tall as Your Nichan, did this one up here. And
That's
I mean, you know,
insane.
yeah,
Holy.
Onyx came up with the idea for this character, which we use consistently on our stream too.
Oh my
So
god, I love that.
it's a massive
Okay,
part of our stream.
good pro tip. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. I love it. I love it, man. Cool, dude. So, I mean, what are your goals with streaming? Like, are you gonna continue this as, you know, as you're doing it, as much time that you're gonna put into it, and, you know, see where it goes, or are you looking really to go in full time? Because I think it's an important question to ask, you know, especially when I talk to streamers, or try to help them out, or whatever it is, that it kind of like changes the conversation a little bit, you know, changes
Yeah.
the thinking. And I think for everybody listening, it would be cool to know, like, what's your plans, you know? Are you looking to go full time? You looking to make this a full-time career? And if it is, you know, to go full time, are you really focusing on the streaming aspect, or are you looking more broader scope, like content creator?
I think overall the most fun I have right now is streaming, but I think as I develop my stream and my content on other platforms, that I've been enjoying more the content creation aspect. Like I really enjoy making shorts and skits and stuff like that. And doing different, I want to get into making YouTube full length YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Do it.
I think having multiple aspects to it also, you know, like people tell you to diversify all the time, but I
Right.
think enjoying every aspect is a really big part of it too. So I'm just
True.
finding ways to enjoy all of it, you know,
Yeah.
and obviously become you know, full time, be able to do it full time and sustain myself financially. I think is the main goal. But how that happens is kind of like up in the air, you know, like once you get down to the like financial aspect, like you need a lot of different avenues to sort of make it work, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree. I agree, especially nowadays. I think that that you need to, and I think it's smart too, because you never know. You never know what can happen. You know, we're always hearing things about Twitch making some weird decisions, and then you hear some other streaming platforms. You don't know, you know, if it's doing well, and then all of a sudden it's shutting down. You know, RIP
hmm
Mixer.
hmm
So I don't think Twitch is shutting down. Anyway, do you think Twitch is going down with everything that's been happening?
No, they need to make some big changes though, but I think if they don't, YouTube's going to catch up and take them over. But I think Twitch knows, you know, Twitch knows that they got to make changes. So
Yeah, for sure. Have you streamed on YouTube? You have.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
And how was that experience compared to streaming on Twitch as a streamer?
significantly
And then
worse.
I want to know what the experience is as like a viewer. You know, like I've watched some YouTube live streams, but as a YouTube streamer, then when you're watching it, I feel like you get a different look.
Okay, I think as a streamer, it's significantly worse. And
Okay.
it's kind of bad. They don't have like any features, if I'm being honest. You know, like
Okay.
they don't have very many features. So if you're starting off as a streamer, I mean, you might do it anyway. You're not going to have very much. They talk about not having what is it called? Like exposure. They don't have that much exposure on Twitch. Well, they don't
Okay.
have that much exposure on YouTube either. Like you
Hmm.
don't really, you're not going to get exposed either way, I think, starting off. And I think the easiest way to
Okay.
create a community is still through Twitch. Like if you want to create a solid community where people come back consistently, it's probably going to be through Twitch. I'm sure you could do it through YouTube too, but I think the easiest one is through Twitch for now.
Okay.
Um, but
And how do you feel
I,
like the UI is for your viewers coming in to watch the YouTube streams? Have you had any
I
comments from anybody that's watched you on Twitch and then watched you on YouTube?
I haven't had any comments yet, but there is something I noticed from streaming, and I know I've watched some Ludwig streams too. But one thing a lot of people mention is that like on Twitch, all you have is a streamer, and you know you have the choice between streamer, this streamer you're watching, and other streamers. So you're always watching streams, but on YouTube you have recommended videos on the side. You have all this other
Right.
distractions, I think, from the stream that will take you away from it. And one other thing that I mentioned, or not mentioned, but notice while I'm streaming is that like if you just click the screen on accident, it'll take you to the next video. Like it'll take you to the next thing. You know, you have
Hmm.
autoplay or whatever. You have the
Right.
what is it? It's like the little arrow. So
Yeah,
if you
yeah, yeah.
accidentally even click on the screen, you're in the next thing, and you know like that detracts from your stream right away. You don't want that as a streamer. You don't want someone
Yeah.
to accident. I do it all the time as I'm streaming on YouTube, and I accidentally click the video, and I'm in the next thing. So
Oh,
I don't
God.
know. YouTube has a
Okay.
little bit of catching up to do, but you know,
Yeah.
um,
But I don't know how much, I think my personal opinion is that they've been kind of poaching some of the Twitch streamers, bringing them over to YouTube because they, are experienced with the Twitch experience. They're
mhm,
experienced with the Twitch culture and the community, the users, the viewers, right? The people, the
mhm.
main lifeblood of Twitch, right? And I think that in the background, I think that they're hosting, some chats, some group chats, some conversations between the developers of YouTube, the live streaming team, right, and these big streamers to say like, what can we do? We're paying you now. We contract you to work for us, so give us the goods. Tell us what we need.
Yeah,
So hopefully that kind of helps to evolve YouTube as a platform, right? And hopefully we'll see some proper competition against Twitch, and maybe that will finally help Twitch kick into gear and get us some good stuff too.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your goal with streaming on YouTube? Are you doing some test driving to maybe leave us, or or what? What's the deal with that?
Well, right now, I think I told you in our brief conversations that I'm just streaming League of Legends on YouTube. Like it's almost like a for fun project. Although I take content creation very seriously, so I'm really pouring everything I can into it. But it's not like my primary focus. But I guess I'm really enjoying streaming to no viewers again. Like I know a lot of new streamers are like, I hate streaming to no viewers or whatever. You know, like it's the worst thing ever. And it kind of does suck for a while, but you know, like
Yeah,
you look at different streams and you're like, the grass is greener on the other side. I really
sure.
miss the one-to-one interaction that I
Mm,
get when you meet a new person and you invite them into your stream and you get to know them on a sort of like almost on a personal level to some extent. But once you start having, you know, more and more people come into your community, it's really hard to sort of get to know every single person to that extent that you want to, you know. So
yeah.
I kind of miss meeting new people in that way, in that format, and sort of engaging them and that sort of rush you get when they finally are like, you know what, I'll follow you, dude, you're all
Yeah.
right, you know. Like,
Yeah, I
you're
love
chill,
that.
because they know
Yeah.
you're nobody. They know you're absolutely no one. No one cares about you. They're like, all right, I'll follow you, dude, for sure.
Yeah, it's
So
a good feeling to know that
yeah,
you're doing something. You're doing something right.
yeah,
But
exactly.
that's it's a good point, because and I think that that's something that new streamers might almost take for granted, if you will, is that streaming to zero viewers actually really like there's no pressure. You know, like you put a lot of pressure on yourself as a new streamer because you're like, I gotta be the best, I gotta be good, I gotta grow things. But like the fact that nobody's there, you could kind of do whatever you want. You know, you could test things, you could try things, and you could find your own, you know, person. You could find your own kind of streamer, I don't know, persona, if you will, right? And I think that, you know, newer streamers should kind of enjoy that moment and take advantage of that moment to test different stuff, you know, test different games, test different styles of streaming, test different times of streaming if you want to, you know, like you don't, once you grow and gain a community, you're kind of, how do I word this in the way I want to word it? It's like you don't want to let your community down, you know? So you know that they're used to seeing you stream on certain nights or certain days, but then, you know, let's say you got a day off. Are you going to stream the whole day when you got the day off from work or something like that? You know, it's like, I want to, but my community is working too. I don't know if they're going to be there, you know, stuff like that, right? So yep. When you're new and you're fresh into it, it's like, go wild, man. You know, there's no, not too wild, but, you know, go wild and try stuff. I think it's
for another site.
Exactly. I think it's important. And I think too that I wanted to mention this before we get moving on, is that some streamers never know what it's like to stream to 0 viewers because maybe they have a huge group of friends, or they've already built a community somewhere else through YouTube or maybe TikTok or something like that. And then they say, okay guys, we're going to start streaming. And then boom, as of their first stream, they have 20, 30 plus viewers. And they never really experienced what it was like to stream to 0 viewers. And I think that it's actually very important to stream to 0 viewers, even for a little while, because it gets you in the mindset of like, how do I do content when there's nobody watching? And when there's nobody chatting, I don't know, do you keep your viewer count on or do you turn it off while you're streaming?
You know, I'm kind of strange. I stream with my stream just up. You know what I mean? So the viewer count is technically hidden, but I check it every so often, you know?
Okay. Yeah. So you're checking it. Okay. So, yeah. Which, you know, everybody does it differently. You know, I shut it off because I just don't want to think about it, you know, and I always tell myself I'm going to stream as if I'm streaming to, you know, 100 or 1,000 lurkers, and that's what it is, right? And not let the jumps and the dips and the viewers kind of change energy, and always trying to keep a consistent energy. You know, that was always my mentality. You know, that's what kind of I was guided to and told. But I think having 0 viewers helps you to just be yourself, be a streamer, and do your streams and give content when there's kind of like that quiet moment in chat, right? Because if you do put your viewer count off, take it off, then and nobody's chatting, well, it's kind of like you have 0 viewers in a way, right? So if you kind of don't know how to deal with that because you never streamed to 0 viewers, well, then it's kind of like, yikes, right? And it's tough. But if you've been streaming to 0 viewers, well, when you have a couple of chatters, a couple of viewers, and then now it's quiet all of a sudden, that's easy. You've done this 100 times. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
exactly.
I think to the new streamers out there, don't be shy to go and be streaming to 0 viewers. You know, don't take it as a bad thing. It's like a learning lesson. It's a stepping stone to future growth and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And enjoy it and take it use it as a moment to sort of like explore your own content. Like if you've been making content for a while and you're like, you know, I've been making content like this and in this way for a really long time, you know, use that sort of 0 viewer stream or 0 viewer moment to sort of experiment with yourself, you know, have fun with it. That's my favorite thing to do on stream is to just have fun with it, you know, the best way I can.
Yeah, for sure. If you're not having fun with it, then I mean, why are people watching? You know, I mean, there are a couple of streams out there that are I don't know, toxic based and just anger based, but I think it's out of like comedy and content where the guy's just completely, you know, pissed off the whole time, and I think it's like supposed to be funny. But if you caught off guard, it's kind of like weird. But most of the time, I think people want to see people having a good time. You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
Cool, man. So what do you think are some of the factors that kind of contributed to your success? I mean, what kind of I don't know, maybe it's personality traits, something about you specifically, or something that you did. Maybe you know, you had a video that go viral or something like that. What are some things that helped you be successful and where you are today with streaming?
I honestly, I think my biggest strength just as a person and in regards to this streaming, and I guess it's something anyone can take, is just consistency. I know people say that, but as long as you're trying to be a streamer or
Mm-hmm.
trying to be a content creator and you're consistent with it and you just want to learn more and be better at it, you'll get wherever you want. You know, like that's all it really realistically takes. But I think some of the first most I guess most critical moments for me, I guess would be like learning how to sort of express my own creativity and my chat calls me cringe or whatever. I'm kind of cringe. I say I'm kind of funny, you know what I mean? Like I'll give you a chuckle. I'll make you laugh like a tiny bit. I'm mostly cringe, but I express that. I push that forward every single
Nice.
stream as much as I can and just go up there and have fun. And once I started really exploring with that, I started doing I told you before in our conversation, I started doing food challenges and stuff like that. And it
Yeah.
wasn't the food challenge per se, but how I would actually engage in the food challenge. So that I thought really brought people back and made people have fun while we were doing it, you know?
Yeah,
So
that's
really
cool.
just explore yourself on stream and really push forward your personality, I think is the biggest pivotal moment for me.
Yeah, I think that what happens often is that people try to be like their favorite streamers and try to give off those different types of energies and vibes, but meanwhile you should be kind of being true to yourself, exactly like you said. Who's your favorite streamer to watch these days, speaking of?
Look, if it ain't Peach.
Yeah, right,
If it ain't
bro.
Peach.
Besides
No,
me,
I,
besides
I think my
thank you.
favorite, like I'm really I think I look up to Capri Sun Poppy. I really look up to Capri Sun Poppy, and I really like watching some of my smaller streamer friends, like people with like five, because I really love that interaction, you know what I mean? I like just
Sure.
talking to a person, you know? And
Yeah.
if I'm not looking at a person as someone I can look up to, you know, someone I'm like, oh man, you're a really good streamer, you know, or hey, I want to interact with you, then it's like a bigger streamer like Mizkif or something like that, because I think he's kind of funny, you know, or whatever, you know, he's got some
Yeah, yeah.
quirky bits, or I'll check out like Ludwig. I'll check out Ludwig all the time, you know,
Yeah, for
people like
sure.
that.
Yeah, Ludwig is has a cool story with his streaming career. It's cool to see. It's cool to see. Um, cool, man. So I'm kind of curious. I think this is the question that we've kind of all been waiting for. I think this is the most important question. You know, do you use OBS or Streamlabs to stream on Twitch?
I'm gonna be honest. I use Streamlabs from the start, and they failed me. They
Yikes!
failed me.
There you go.
They completely failed me. It would blow up my computer off cooldown. Like it was terrible. It was
Oh
awful.
my
So
god.
I'm an OBS fan. You know, like shout out OBS, the open source freaking streaming platform is it. You know, it's light. It's got everything you need, and it's not Streamlabs. It's not
Yeah, yeah,
Streamlabs.
definitely, definitely. I think Streamlabs is good to start. Is what I've heard. I've never personally used it, but starting with that could be a good starting place. But what I always say is, if you're gonna get into streaming, take the half an hour, the hour it takes to just set up the right thing the right way. Like everybody wants the highway ticket to success. Like, dude, it doesn't exist, man. Just take the half hour, set up OBS, stop being, you know what I mean? Do the right thing. You know what I mean?
People keep saying it's more complicated. It's not. It's not. I don't know why I kept getting videos of people saying OBS was harder to learn than Streamlabs. It's not. It's absolutely not. There are
Plus,
plenty of YouTube videos out there. You'll learn it exactly the same.
yeah, exactly. Plus, once you set it up, I mean, unless you're adding stuff constantly to your stream and always adding different stuff, trying to make it interesting, what you don't really need to learn anything new. You know, you set it up once, you're good to go, right?
I got a question for you. How many scenes do you have?
Uh, let me tell you, 1, 2, a lot, man. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20, but then I have an extra 3 more for my audios. Those are all audios, alerts, things like that. They're nested scenes. And then I got like a whole bunch of other ones that are for outside of streaming, like for YouTube, or for like a call if I have it on Discord. Whatever. Yeah. 20 scenes. It's a lot.
I have 4.
Nice. That's the way to do it.
I have 4. Now it ends up making my stream really scuffed sometimes, you know, like I come by, you'll see OBS in the background or something like that every so often. But you know, we say scuffitude is a schmood and we just keep it pushing, you know, like
nice. I like that. Yeah. You know, when it's more like raw, natural like that, I think it's also easier on the brain cell because me, I have 23, so I'm like, which one do I click? What am I trying to do? You know, but it's because I'm a perfectionist. So like for me, and I also do this, it's kind of like, it's actually easier for me to create my own clips because I always have my camera in the same spot. But then if I want to play like some other game where I need to move the camera, then I don't want to mess with that original scene. So I duplicate it and then I just call it like gaming scene, move cam or whatever. And then I can move the cam anywhere I want and I'll just deal with the edit for that clip later. You know what I mean? But yeah, super perfectionist, you know.
And my chat has seen me already. I just move my like they'll look at me. I'm OBS in the background. I'm just moving my camera over.
Yeah, you know, it's cool. I think it's cool. I think it's cool to see that. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. So it's good. It's easier on in your head, man. Honestly, it's totally fine. But speaking of like scenes and trying to like do cool different stuff and making it interesting and like interactive. You said before that you did some food challenges on stream. What are some other like fun interactive moments or special events that you've done on stream, if any?
So we have had multiple talent shows. Actually, we've had multiple talent shows on stream. We've we actually recently, our last community event was a art competition. Obviously, we had all these new viewers and new people coming from Gartic, so we just said, hey, you know, you want to be a part of an art competition? We actually gave out our own Bogart as a prize for it, you know. And it was really cool. It was really cool. I still have yet to edit the video for it, but you know, it is what it is. But,
that's super cool. I like that. I think talent shows are super fun, man. You got to show off talent to the community in a cool way. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And so what did you do? Was there like a prize? Like how did you decide who won? Was there judges? How did it work?
I knew I didn't want to be the judge. I was like, if they make me judge, they're gonna hate me forever for the rest of my life. So I just said, I let the chat decide. I let the chat decide, and I did it really scuffed. Obviously, you know, I had everybody put ones in the chat the entire or not ones, but however their score, and then I tallied it up. Like, oh man, sometimes people didn't vote, sometimes people voted twice. It was horrible.
Oh boy.
But we had fun, and that's all that matters. And I like to tell people that like be a part of our, you know, our community events, that we're just here to have fun, you know, like whoever wins. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. We're not here to you know, we're not the Olympics or something.
No.
Cool, man. So like, you know, we talked a lot about of the good stuff and you know, successes and kind of what got you to where you are and all that stuff. You said that you're streaming League on YouTube. I'm kind of curious. I don't know if other people in the chat or people watching are curious. Why did you have the idea to start a YouTube channel playing League instead of doing those streams on your existing Twitch account with your existing community?
Well, I think the main reason I don't play competitive games just in general on stream is because it detracts from my ability to be able to interact with the chat, and I think that's basically what I'm known for. In fact, I think Twitch sent out a survey recently that allowed viewers to sort of vote on whether or not what you were good at or what you were known for. And I actually looked back recently just to see it, and I was known for my interactivity with chat. Like that
Nice.
That's what the community put. I didn't even know this was happening. I had no access to it. I found it in my social tab in my Gmail. The tab you never check.
Right.
And I look back and it sort of validated that thought process. So that's why I don't stream League of Legends as much. I did do it recently, but that's
Okay.
why I don't do it on my main Twitch channel.
Okay. Okay. So then going on to YouTube though, do you think that competitive gaming thing is gonna detract there from your community growing like experience and hope to grow a community there on YouTube?
I'm not sure. It's mainly experimental. I know the reason why it's so easy to set up is YouTube allows you to have a brand account. So I can just make a little subsidiary account to my own YouTube account.
Right.
And your shorts are connected to your main YouTube channel, which are also connected to your YouTube video. So if I create a YouTube video on YouTube and they really like it, they might come by to the stream. And I know for competitive games, people just like to see gameplay. People like to just like I know as a League of Legends player, I'll watch a YouTube video, and if I really like the person, I'll go
Sure.
visit their stream and just check them out for a little bit.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
YouTube, that's one of the strengths of YouTube, at least I think, is that they're all centralized. Your shorts, your longer form content, and your live streams are all up there. So
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of people do like it and have been, some people have been transitioning over or just starting there to begin with since everything's in one centralized place.
yeah.
Cool, man. So what kind of, because like I said, we talked a lot of the positive, the successes, some of the ways that you're doing well on Twitch. Has there been some moments during your journey that haven't felt so successful, and kind of what happened, and how did you get through that?
I got banned on TikTok at 1.2 thousand followers.
Okay.
So that was a major setback. And that was because someone decided to come to my chat and put something in there that I said out loud that I just didn't register in my mind
Oh my God.
as something that wouldn't be appropriate. And we got banned for that, and then TikTok doesn't really look back. They have a really bad banning policy where it's automated and people don't really care too much to go back. There's so many accounts on there, so
Right.
it's really bad. But I honestly, what I told myself then, and it still hit me. What I told myself then was it wasn't going to change what I did, whether or not I was banned or not.
Yeah.
I do it because I'm passionate about it, not because I have 1.2K followers or whatever. And honestly, 1.2K followers, although I was proud of that, I was proud of the work I had put in and proud of the success we got out of it, is just a drop in a pond. One video on TikTok could get you 1.2K followers.
Yeah, that's
So
true. Still though, that does
yeah,
sucks. I'm sorry to hear that happened, but
yeah,
I think the
it was me.
mentality that you have towards it, that's smart. So you had to create a brand new account.
Yeah, yeah.
And where are you at now?
We're at like 200, I think 230 or something like that. So
All right,
we're
cool.
still going, we're still grinding, but it's definitely not where we were before, which is unfortunate, but it's all part of the process.
Yeah, part of the process. So go check out GradientMist on TikTok, guys. Give him some love. Let's get him back over 1.2K. Let's get him to 2K. Let's make it happen.
Here we go.
Cool, man. So yeah, that must have I mean, were you noticing like from your TikTok at that point before you'd gotten banned, and you were doing TikTok lives, were you doing those lives during your streams?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and people I guess were kind of impressed by it because I would read I would read Twitch chat and TikTok chat at the same time and have
Nice.
people come over from there. So it was actually a really good avenue for growth on Twitch.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask, is how much do you think it affected, your growth and your success on Twitch from being on TikTok and being live, on TikTok?
I think if I still had that TikTok account, I probably would have grown a little bit more. But if anything, being banned inspired me to sort of focus on my Twitch stream as a singular unit. Like I was focusing on TikTok and bringing people over, but I wasn't really solidifying the aesthetic or maybe focusing on my skills as a broadcaster, or maybe focusing on my expressiveness, or how much I welcome someone to the stream. I was just
Sure.
trying to get people to come over, but what were they coming over to? Not
Yeah.
to say that it was bad, but it wasn't as good as it could be. So it really made me hone in on my streaming, if anything.
I mean, it's kind of cool that you went that route, with mentally.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people would kind of feel very discouraged and then probably give up, but kind of focusing, taking it in stride as well as you did, and just saying, you know what, whatever, create a new account, keep going. I'm doing it for
Yeah.
fun, and not for fun, but you're doing it for the love of it anyways. So I think that's the right mentality to have. And you're right about, the number of followers is not that important. And that's kind of something I really like about TikTok, is that when you come, when you're scrolling on TikTok, there's no view count, there's no subscriber count, follower count. So you don't know how many followers this creator has, right? So if your piece of content is like top notch, well, I'm going to watch it, right? And I'm going to follow you because I wasn't following you before. And then boom, whereas when you go on YouTube, or when you go, wherever else, it's kind of like, oh, this person only has a couple of subscribers. Who are they? And
Start to judge them a little bit. You're looking at them different.
Which is wrong, people. It's wrong. Because we all start somewhere, right? And yeah, there's so many streamers that I've found on TikTok that have like no followers, and they're making videos, but they're very successful on Twitch or even on YouTube. And it's like, or vice versa, right? They're just starting out on YouTube, but they've been successful on Twitch for years. And it's like, you can't give hate. Like, the creator's a good creator, and everybody starts at zero. You create an account at zero. I mean, what else do you want, right? So exactly. Good for you, man. I hope that you continue the grind on TikTok and shorts and stuff. Have you been seeing, 'cause you've been posting on YouTube shorts? Have you noticed like a difference with YouTube shorts versus TikTok? And
see, I don't know if YouTube knows what they're doing with their shorts yet. so I even attribute my recent success. I think everybody's recently finding some success in shorts. I think they're just bumping up the number of viewers they push this stuff to. So look, if you're making shorts, put them on YouTube, because they're giving out free viewers.
Yeah, I think they are too. I think that they've been fixing up the algorithms with the short stuff to definitely to compete against TikTok. I don't think YouTube, I heard some rumors that YouTube was going downhill and TikTok was going to take over, but I don't think that's true. I think it's just nonsense rumors. YouTube knows what they're doing, and they have the foundation. Everybody's been on YouTube for years, so
yeah.
Cool, man. So I want to know, I love that art behind you, man. The little Bogart pillow and stuff. Everything is just so cute, and all the art in the background. Yeah, it's amazing. I kind of want to talk about like art and stuff. Like, what inspired your Twitch emotes? I know that your Twitch emotes are like chickens and stuff like that. Yeah, I love that. So, I mean, what inspired your Twitch emotes, and is there something changing there, or are we going to see more Bogart in the emotes? What's going on?
So I think when we first started, we had our Minecraft server, and our Minecraft server had I created a KFC, and these poor chickens were in this 1x1 box and having children, and when the children got old enough, they would be burned in lava. But it was horrifying. It was horrifying. It was horrifying. But that's where the chicken paraphernalia came about. We started having these cute chickens, which honestly, I met the artist for this, who made all our chicken emotes on Twitch. Like, literally scrolled through the art section. I just went through it, and I was like, you know what? They seem cool. They had like 2 viewers or something like that. I looked at their art, looked amazing, and they honestly have been a part of my community the entire time. They've been here. I think her boyfriend too is a big part of our community too. We play Valorant with them every so often too. So
that's cool.
Yeah, that's where the chicken started, and I have a hard time separating my community and myself even from the chickens, because they've been here for so long. But as you see in the background, Bogart he's here too. He's sitting here all cute. He's been a massive part of our community. He's our Yeah, I like to tell the chat he's our resident DJ. You know, he controls the music of the stream. I like to characterize every aspect of my stream in some way.
That's cool.
And we're thinking of rebranding and making everything Bogart. So you might not see the chicken soon, but
okay.
You know.
Okay. So we'll look out for some old Bogart stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, man. What's your favorite thing in your setup? Like, what's your favorite, I don't know, piece of gear, or maybe it's the Bogart pillow, or I don't know. What's your favorite thing in your setup?
Honestly, I have to say it's my Stream Deck. Like, look, if you don't have a Stream Deck, get a Stream Deck or something like it. It doesn't have to be a Stream Deck, but you know, Locke told me to get a the bigger version of the Stream Deck, and I was like, should I? You know, like it's like an extra $100 or something for some extra buttons, but. Yeah. I love using the sound effects. I love using sound effects part of my stream. I love doing the different transitions at the press of a button. They're really, really useful, super, super helpful. And I use it all the time for everything, you know? So I think that really adds a different dynamic to my stream. And it's really fun to just be messing with different sound effects and stuff, you know?
Yeah. I have the medium one there, the one with only 15 buttons. And I wish I got the bigger one. For sure.
I'm telling you, everybody who has one is like, just get the bigger one. Like,
yeah, just spend the money, man. It's not that much more, you know.
Nope.
So, what was the first piece of gear that you bought for your streams?
Ooh, so I actually, I mean, I know you play guitar. I can see the guitar in the background. I play guitar. Yeah. I got this. Do you know what a Focusrite? What is it called? Focusrite interface for my for my guitar, because I wanted to make a little bit of music. I'm a huge musician, you know, like I love playing music on my off time. I've spent 4 years straight just learning guitar by myself, and it's a big part of my life. Nice. I would say.
I do remember that clip that you sent me of you playing guitar, dude. That was insane. It was crazy. The vibes, man.
I love making music. It's a good time, you know. I love meeting musicians. They're really cool. But the first piece of gear I got was my Focusrite interface, because I just wanted to play guitar on stream, you know, and I needed something that also would work with a mic. So yeah, I got my XLR mic, and I got my little Focusrite, so I could plug my guitar into there and vibe out on the stream.
Cool. So your first streams were some guitar streams?
Well, they weren't my first streams. You know, I had been streaming on a laptop in my PS5 for a while, but it was like the first big thing. I got the mic, I got the mic stand, and I got the Focusrite thing all in one package. So
nice.
It was
smart.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask too. I wanted to know, like, how did you first start your streams? Like, did you buy anything, or did you start with what you had? And you said you had a laptop and a PS4. Did you have a mic, or what'd you use?
Yeah, I use these are my second set of headphones. I used to use my microphone mic, and I would stream off my PS5. That's where I started. I mean, I know I said PS4 streams; those were the first ones. But when I really started streaming, it was off the PS5, and you know, like, God bless. I lucked up on one, right? Like, no one could get PS5s. I lucked up on one. I got the PS5. I got the PS5 cam that came with it. I guess that's technically my first streaming equipment, right?
Yeah.
So
a lot of people start console.
PS5 cam. Yeah, and I would stream off there, and then I was like, you know what? Let's stream on our laptop, you know. So
yeah, and now finally you got a PC, a proper PC, a real streamer.
I'm a professional. I don't even have a second monitor yet. Like, people don't even know. I have my phone for the chat. Yeah, I use my phone. I don't have a second monitor. Like, I'm still stuffed.
Well, that's crazy. Okay, new donation goal for GradientMist. Set that up. We got to get our boy $200 monitor. Come on, guys. We can make it happen for sure. No, I like the phone idea. I actually do have a phone too, as like a secondary chat. Just on the other side of my monitor. I have two monitors, but then I have the extra phone on the side, and I like it. Just no matter where I'm looking, I can always see chat. Just I don't know. I like seeing what's going on, you know. So
yeah,
cool, man. Cool. So we gotta get you a monitor. All right, we'll set you up. We'll set you up. We'll get you set up for sure. All right, man. I have a last question. Is there anything that you want to talk about or bring up or think that could help some people that are out there watching this, based on, you know, everything we talked about? And then I have one last question after that.
Okay, hold on. I have this like huge notepad full of notes. So let me look through. Okay, this is one for the YouTubers actually. I watched a podcast on YouTube, about making thumbnails. And one of the really cool things that people said was don't even make a video if you don't have a good thumbnail,
Mm,
because on YouTube, thumbnails are king. Like if they won't even click your video if you don't have a good thumbnail. So
yeah.
yeah, it does it. Honestly, your content, like work on your content, obviously, but if your thumbnails aren't up there, your video's not going. Um,
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I mean, that's the only way to hook people in, right?
yeah,
And you got your title and you got your thumbnail, and if they don't go together, it's not really going to work. I mean, on TikTok, what's good about TikTok, and I think why there's a lot of growth there and a lot of people on there, is because you don't even have to worry about title or thumbnail, because you
yeah,
just have to worry about the hook at the beginning of your video, the first 3 to 5 seconds. Why should I care about watching the rest of your video? And I'm already in your video. I don't even have to, click on it. So as creators, I think starting out, or streamers starting out on TikTok, I think it's a great place to start. And then later on, you already got the content and the hooks down. Now work on adding some thumbnails. Yeah, it's a good
yeah.
it's a good point. Have you been working on thumbnails yourself for your YouTube videos?
Yeah, recently I've been working on thumbnails. This is why I mentioned it too. Thumbnails for shorts, because they actually they matter, because on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube thumbnails are king. If they're not already in the loop, which a lot of people aren't, they might be getting impressions on somebody's screen, and they might click it if you have a really good thumbnail. So
True.
it helps out for YouTube Shorts for sure. I know that's a big difference between TikTok and even Instagram too. So
Have they
yeah.
changed the way? I haven't noticed that they changed the way that thumbnails show up for shorts. Do you mean that when people go to the person's profile and they see all the videos there? Or what do you mean for the shorts thumbnail on YouTube?
I mean, like when they show up on your like when you're browsing through YouTube, the thumbnails that they see there. I know when you're browsing through like your own videos or something like that, the thumbnail is different sometimes. But
Yeah.
I've been I have seen a lot of thumbnails on the YouTube like browse sections that are really really curated and cool, and they're not moments throughout the short, if that makes any sense. Like not
Okay.
just a snippet that YouTube created.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, because I know that when you upload a YouTube short, you can't there when you're scrolling through YouTube and then you see the like the YouTube Shorts shelf,
Hmm.
when they're all like vertical thumbnails, you can't
Yeah.
choose that vertical thumbnail.
Really?
Yeah, you can't choose that, and it'll automatically choose like a moment from that scene, especially on
Mhm.
mobile. But if you're like on a browse page, or if you're in the videos section of a main channel, then you
Yeah.
can change the thumbnail there, and then it'll look a little
Okay.
bit different. But the main like shelf, like, as you're scrolling, you'll see the main videos, long form videos, and boom, all of a sudden it like changes to long form, and there's a bunch of like, you could scroll sideways instead of up and down.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
you
exactly.
can't choose your thumbnail. But what's weird is
Really?
I've noticed like bigger creators that have like millions of views on their shorts, I've noticed
Yeah.
that like their thumbnails are really like, well, like placed, and it hooks them right in. So either YouTube knows where to put that thumbnail, or they are allowed, because maybe they're, YouTube, special partners or whatever, and they can have access to this. Shorts is still new, relatively new in the YouTube scene. So I mean, unless they change something, I don't know. But yeah. So you don't make vertical thumbnails, do you,
I
for
do,
your
I do, I
shorts?
make
You do.
vertical thumbnails. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I've seen the ones you're talking about, and I'm like, those look made. So, like
Yeah.
if that's who I'm competing with,
Mm-hmm.
I'm making my thumbnail as best as I can.
Okay. And,
Uh,
and so you make it vertical and upload it as a vertical one thumbnail.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What I've been doing is just like creating vertical, yeah, like you say, like vertical thumbnails, kind of how you would
Shit.
make a regular YouTube thumbnail, with text and all that stuff, and just
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
like, because like any little extra bit helps. I know I get impressions on my shorts, and they don't have a high click through rate, so I'm
Okay.
just trying to make it as good as possible.
We gotta look into that. We gotta look into
Yeah.
it. See what's going on. Maybe there's
Yep.
something new I don't know about. All right, we gotta take a look. So what tips do you have for other streamers to be successful? I think I would love to hear from you what you think, and what tips you would give to other streamers looking to grow, looking to be successful, looking to and when I say successful, I think I'm going towards the viewers and the financial success with it as well.
Ooh, interesting. Financial success. I think one of the biggest. I think recently I saw a little tidbit that someone gave out that was like, if you want to make a living as a streamer, like you want to find financial success, you have to find incentives that sort of give reasons people to sub that exists outside of the incentives that Twitch give. Like it's not just it can't just be emotes, and stuff like that, and a break from the ads or whatever. Like
Hmm.
you have to have added benefit. Also, I know Discord is actually rolling out their own sort of subscription service. So for everybody who has a Twitch community that's connected to their Discord stuff, I would definitely look into that. They're offering a 90-10 split. So big shout out to Discord, I guess.
That's huge. That's huge. I haven't heard of that. I gotta look into that.
Also, I think one big thing, and this is outside of financial, I think as a streamer we get harassed, like you're gonna get harassed. I think is one of the things you should just expect as a streamer. You're gonna get harassed, whether it be light-hearted banter or people who just come through and just want to say bad things about you. One thing I like to think and try to remind myself constantly when I'm making content on a live stream is that that's what you're doing. You're making content. So turn everything you can into content, and it helps you remove yourself from that moment. Someone came through and said something bad, or whatever, someone you banned. I like to salute them. I like to I like to be like, hey guys, that guy's not going to be here anymore. We're saluting them out of here, or whatever. Whatever you want to do with it. Maybe some people like to go off on them, make a big deal. I don't know how that impacts them personally, but I know they're making content out of it, and maybe they could
Right.
clip it and take their reaction and post it somewhere else, or whatever. So every
Yeah.
single thing you do on your stream is content, everything.
True.
So maybe that'll help you if you're dealing with a lot of harassment or something like that. Take that harassment and make it something a little bit less.
Yeah, for sure. Make it don't take it too personally,
Yeah,
either. And then use the moment as content and views, get the views, you
exactly.
know,
Yeah.
from that quote quote hate. But it's true that a lot of streamers do get harassed, and I think it's something to expect. Even if you're gonna be a wholesome, cozy vibes, nice streamer, you're not like hating on anybody or doing any kind of weird type of hot takes and controversial comedy or whatever it may be. You're still gonna get some weird stuff, and you might even get some comments that you're not really expecting. For just for putting yourself out there. So it just comes with the territory, I think. And you're right, make content out of it. I think that's the number one tip, man. You got to make content out of everything and post it everywhere, every single social media, man.
Exactly.
Cool, man. Anything else that you wanted to bring up, share, or maybe ask me? I don't know.
I think that's it. I think those were the biggest things I brought with me, at least, that I had written down before I came through.
That's all
Um
good. Cool.
maybe one last thing is as a person who tries to be funny on stream, and to people who also try to be funny on stream, just try different kinds of jokes. My least favorite kind of joke are like dry jokes, but I looked up different types of humor and just was looking at like slapstick or like like sus humor. Like you can make like sexual jokes or whatever,
Yeah,
within reason, I guess, for
for
me
sure.
personally. Relatable jokes, stuff that people relate hard to, or like self-depreciating whatever.
Yeah,
And just explore different kinds of stuff when you're trying to be funny, because you never know what might work.
that's true. That's true. That's a good tip. How did you find your way? Like, was that it? Just trying all kinds of different things, or I mean, how did you?
I'm still finding my way, dude. Like
Yeah,
I'm still working through it every day. You know what I mean? Like just trying new stuff. Like just don't be afraid to try something, because that's all you're here to do, is try and have fun, and hopefully someone receives it in a way that's positive, or however you're trying to do it. However you're trying
definitely.
to impact your audience. Give them value. All that good stuff.
Big time. Big time. Mist,
Mhm.
dude, thank you very much
Yeah.
for coming on, man. I'm glad that we had to have this discussion and chat a little bit more, get to know about you and kind of your community and your vibe and your style. I think we should open it up to chat and see if there's any questions, any comments, any donations towards Gradient Mist's new monitor donation goal, so we can get him to see some chat while he's streaming.
Bro, help me. I don't want to have to open up the OnlyFans, bro. I don't want to have to do it.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, let's get a shout out in chat for Gradient Mist. If you guys need to go donate, there'll be a tip link on Gradient Mist Twitch channel if we want to donate. Question for the both of us: what was or is the hardest part of streaming for ourselves, and how have you solved that issue, or what do you do to make it easier? So what is the hardest part of streaming for you, and how have you solved that issue or make it easier?
I think for me, it's personally, because I am a community-based streamer, it's personally balancing what my community wants with what I want, and sort of like meeting in the middle and being able to still enjoy what I'm doing on stream while making sure that the chat is still having fun. Because I know I can be entertaining, but it's hard to do it all the time for 4 hours, every single day.
True.
So finding something that allows the communities to still be entertained while maybe I'm taking a back seat and they're able to still have fun, stuff like that. It's really hard to do that consistently, I think.
Yeah, find a way to kind of take breaks energy wise, but not take break from the content wise, right? That's a big thing, definitely a tough thing. For me, I think the hardest part of streaming is just wondering and worrying if like my content matters and if people care about the content. And I believe in myself. I know that I can make some good content, and if I want to be funny and I can play a game and be funny, that I can make myself laugh, which I think is pretty good. If I want to make, if it's content that I would watch, then that's something I would want to share, right? If I'm watching myself back and I'm like, man, this is bad, like either I make fun of it, I go into that and I'll make fun of it, right, of how bad this is, or I gotta switch something up, right? But for me, I think that it's like, I'm gonna do this thing, I'm gonna prepare this, special stream, whether it's like last year for Christmas, we were decorating like a Christmas tree, and it's like, does anybody want to see me hanging out in my room just decorating a Christmas tree, or should we get to the games? So I think it's trying to manage that and balance that mentally in my head, and worrying if people will show up, if people will care about the stream, right? And kind of what I've been doing to make it easier on myself, or pretty much solving it, is I know that at the end of the day that we need to be creating content for other socials, like TikTok, like YouTube. And what I do in my mind is that I say, well, if for whatever reason, and at the end of the day, when you're streaming on Twitch, it's a live situation, right? All these people that are coming through, these are real people with real lives. They got work, they got family, they got friends, they got 10,000 sources of entertainment like Netflix and whatever else, right? There's so many other people out there, streamers out there, and just forms of entertainment, right? And sometimes people just want to log off and just maybe play a video game solo, right? Or a board game. I got a bunch of board games back here. Sometimes it's like no phones today, no screens today. I'm logging off and just hanging out, vegging out, or going outside, man. Nobody goes outside anymore. Just going outside, right? So there's all these reasons why people might not be, showing up or coming through to the streams, and I think that it's okay. I almost tell myself, like, if they're not in the streams, that means they're doing things that they want to be doing. Right, and even though they've come through the stream, they've followed the stream, they've been part of the community at one point or for a few minutes, it's like, I know that they're good, I know that they're happy, they're doing good in their life, and they're out doing what they want to be doing. So that keeps me okay, that keeps me happy, and then I focus on this content that I'm making right now. Maybe no one's here. I don't know, I turn off my view count, right? But if you have it on, then okay, nobody's here right now. That's okay. But this content is going on YouTube. This content is going on TikTok, and I'm gonna get more views from that, and that will reach more people. Or all the people that were having their detox day, their social media detox day, and they were outside for that night. Well, they're gonna get to watch it tomorrow, right? So they'll still see the content, but just not live. And I think that's something that comes with the territory of streaming, is because it's live, you never know what could happen, right? You could have 100 viewers or none, right? You have time for one last question, Mist?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we got one more question in chat. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to post them in chat, and we'll see if we can get to answering them. Next question is from Cool Panda. Sorry, that question earlier was from Nonsense Socks. Thank you very much for your question. I appreciate that. Cool Panda. Were you nervous or scared to start streaming? Why or why not, Mist?
Nervous or scared? You know, maybe at first, like I would like scared to press go live and be on the internet and expose myself, to the scary people on the internet, I guess. But after your first time going live, you'll realize no one's there. no one's there, and for the most part, nobody cares. I guess like it's a bad mentality to have. But if you're nervous about going live, nobody, unless you're already famous or something, nobody's gonna be there. But yeah. I was really nervous when the first viewer came in, and I was like, hey, like, what's up? But I was shaking a little bit and didn't really know what to say, I guess. So yeah, I was very nervous.
Yeah. I think it's normal. I think it's completely normal, especially if you're not used to like looking at a camera or people like watching you in your room, and then you're playing a game and watching your screen. That's pretty it can be a nervous thing for sure.
Creepy.
Yeah, it is kind of creepy, and that's kind of why I say to like new streamers too, I'll say this quickly, is if you're just there playing a game, I think that there's a difference between kind of sharing your thoughts and narrating and like just kind of playing your game and streaming it, versus being a streamer and creating content for 0 viewers. If you're like, guys, let's go over here, we're gonna go do this thing, and you have 0 viewers, but you're still saying, okay, chat, or hey guys, let's go and do this thing, like I'm gonna, you're kind of taking chat along with you for the ride. Whereas if you're just there like, all right, I'm gonna be building my Minecraft house, oh no, what happened, then it's kind of like, dude, I feel like I'm hacked into this guy's webcam and I'm watching him play this game. It's like weird, it's kind of creepy. So I think that like there's a distinction there between doing that. So I think, I don't know what that has to do with being scared or being nervous. I don't know how we got here, but anyways, I think that I think it's normal to be nervous. Yeah, I said because you're not used to being and using a camera. If you've been vlogging before or something like that, or always been with a camera, then it might come naturally. All right, I think we got 2 last questions, Mist, and we'll rip through them. Thank you very much for your question, Panda. We got AD. Welcome in. What's up?
What up, AD?
So how do you come up with new ideas for stream or videos, and how do you keep things fresh for you?
So normally it's by just doing research. Like I'm constantly researching new ideas. I think I don't know if you guys have heard of live stream fails, but I'm always on there looking at what other streamers are failing at, or whatever dramas happening in the streaming, at least the Twitch streaming circle. I'm always looking at other streamers, seeing what they're doing, looking for new games. Nowadays, people are always bringing new things to me. So I've always been a proponent just for open-mindedness. Like I'm just like, all right, I'll give this a shot, because I have planned days, like Wednesdays and Saturdays are planned. Every other day, who knows what I'm doing? I like to come by and be like, yeah, I have no idea what we're doing today, guys, but we're gonna have a good time.
Nice.
So I just take in all this information and just try new things all the time, and that kind of helps keeps things fresh. And if not, then I'm engaging my creative side and creating new characters for my stream. I love to do characters. In fact, hold on, I can show you one thing real quick.
Love to see it.
Yeah. I like to go on stream and be like, anime mist. I'd like to
Oh
come on and just and do like accents and stuff like that, and different
love that.
characters, and just find different stuff. I'll use a filter, I'll use a voice changer, I'll do whatever. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
just to make it a little bit more interesting. You
That's
know?
super cool, man. That's really, really cool. No, that I think that that is what, some people are missing. And I think that's what makes you different and unique. You missed specifically, makes you stand out is having these cool things, to engage the stream, Um, but you're still good looking, man. You don't have to cover your face and come up with a different character. We love
Thank
you.
you,
We
bro.
love
Thank
you.
you. You know what? All right.
We love you, man. Cool. All right, we got thank you for your question, AD. Cool Panda in the chat. Again, have you ever felt burnt out from streaming or content creation in general? If so, how'd you deal with it? Great question. Great question, Mist.
Yeah, so I guess to answer that, for sure, I felt burnt out, and what I did was take a break. And I've been constantly revisiting my schedule and making sure that I'm taking the appropriate amount of time and incorporating it into streaming, and making sure every other moment is either, I guess, working on something different or relaxing. I take my rest very, very, very seriously, because if I don't, then I wouldn't be able to stream, and that's what I love doing. So
True.
definitely, if you're worried about burnout, rest. Like it's important to you as a person, but to your career as well, whatever you're doing, right?
Big time. Big time. Big time. And just to punch in there, I think a lot of people worry about breaks, taking breaks. I don't think it's something that you need to worry about too much. If you take a day or two off of streaming, or an entire week off of streaming, it's just do it. You'd rather be in a better mind space, healthy physically and mentally and all that, than coming to stream and being completely not yourself, right? And your community will be there. They will support you. Let them know, right? That you're gone or that you're taking a break or whatever it is. And it's okay,
Yeah.
But we could talk about it another time, like going on long extended breaks of maybe a couple of months, 6 months, or even a year, and how that could possibly affect the stream, right? But if you're talking about a couple of days to a week or two, a vacation, a family vacation, something, don't worry about it. Just come back right where you left off, right?
Yeah, and I kind of wanted to say one thing. Like I listened to a podcast. I think Ludwig was in this one too. Ludwig's always talking about content creation, but um, one thing they were talking about is like starting soon screens, and how they like build hype or whatever. So like they were saying starting soon screens are good because the longer it takes for you to start, the more people are anxious about it.
Sure.
Anxious about what's next. So you could think of a break sort of as a starting soon screen. Like you're
True.
building hype for your next one. If you stream every day, they see you all the time. Maybe they don't have to come to the next one. But if you're streaming, with breaks in between, then they got to see what's up, because otherwise they'll miss out. So,
Very true. That's actually solid. Solid. Pro strats from GradientMist. The 5 head.
5 head.
Cool, man. Thank you for sharing that. All right, Miss, we want to know, how did you come up with your username?
Oh well, I have the worst story for my username. I
We
I
need to
played on
know.
my I played on my Xbox 360.
Okay.
And and they gave you these auto-generated usernames, and I just was like, "GradientMist, that's cool." And I'm not really creative with names, so I just kept it forever, forever. And
Nice.
now here I am. Now here I am, GradientMist.
Nice. I like that.
So,
That's smart.
brought to you by Microsoft.
Oh God. Sponsored. Hashtag sponsored. That's actually smart. Auto-generated usernames, random RNG. So many people are like, I don't know,
Yeah.
We got a 5-head in here, guys. We got a 5-head in here.
Hey, there's a brain up here sometimes, guys.
I love it. Okay, this is the final question, and then you're off back to your League of Legends pro gaming.
Let's go.
Nonsense Socks asks, unlike in a normal workplace, streamers don't have bosses or teachers to give you report cards and appreciation. So, do you evaluate your success, and what's your favorite reward for your hard work? I like this question.
Reward. You know what? Maybe I need to ask myself that question. Well, how do I reward myself? I guess I'm constantly sort of rewarding myself with breaks and stuff like that and allowing myself to just I mean, he was talking about just play League of Legends, just chill out, because that's what I
Yeah,
like to do, just vibe out. I'm really competitive off stream for gaming, so I like to go in and just grind and sweat out a game or something like that, you know what I mean?
nice.
And
Yeah,
have a good time and try not to worry about it, at all. Just be like, I'm having fun, I'm gaming. This is the
yeah.
time for me. So that's how I like to reward myself. I don't know.
Nice. The fact that we don't have bosses, right, or a teacher to kind of give us a report card or give us a an annual review or something, right? So how do
Yeah.
you check your stats? Do you worry about that? What's your kind of metric to know that you're on the right track, that you're successful and things are going the way that you want them to?
Well, first and foremost, I check in with myself. If I'm feeling good, then the stream is good. You know what I mean? And then second, I go to like stat websites. I don't know if you guys have been like Twitch Tracker or anything like that. Check what games are doing well, and if the games are doing well, great. If they're sticking around for long periods of time, like you see your Twitch stats on Twitch, then that's great. And if it's not working, then we revisit.
Yeah.
And normally I can tell it's not working because I'm not feeling good. Because if I was feeling
Mm,
good, then everything would be fine. So
true. Yeah. That's valid. I like that. That's a great answer. That's a great answer. I think now the question we've all been waiting for, the final ultimate question: who do you main in League of Legends?
I'm a Caitlyn main, and shout out to Chrissy or Marigune in there. That's my duo. That's my support duo. We like to hang out.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. I play support. I play support offline. Nobody knows. It's a secret. But I play support. I like
Wait, who do you
Seraphine.
play?
I like
Oh,
Seraphine. She reminds me of Ariana Grande. So I was like, KDA, pop stars. Honestly, what I respect so much about Riot, especially with League, is like they make so much incredible music for the game. They make like music videos. They have like concerts, like VTuber style concerts. Like, hello, no game in the world is doing this stuff. I mean, Fortnite has like the in-game stuff.
yeah.
Like every season they have like Travis Scott or whatever, like a concert, but dude, you can go on Spotify and listen. And like, I was playing it the other day, and my girlfriend's like, "Can you send me this playlist? Like, these are bangers." I'm like, "Yo, what?" Like, incredible, like marketing over there for League, and they've been doing it for Valorant too. There's been a lot of music and music videos and stuff. It's like that's hype, man. That's how you bring people together. And I remember when they released the new agent in Valorant, Neon. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember that like whole video, that whole like scene that they made where like Neon coming in and Sage found her or something like that. And there's a music going and I was like, I just want to play Valorant right now. Let's get into it. It's so hype, man. That's the way to do it. And these guys are, they know what they're doing, with the marketing. So it's cool. Cool, man. So we got a Caitlyn, ADC. I'm a support. Maybe we got to get a game in one day
Gotta
and make it
duo, bro.
happen. And we'll be the same lane taking care of each other. Could be
All right,
fun.
all right.
Could be fun. Cool. Mist, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your story, your journey with us. Hopefully that helps some of you guys out there, motivate you guys, inspire you guys, and just show you kind of the behind the scenes, the life of a streamer from the goods and the bads and the beautifuls. We don't got no ugly around here.
Nah, 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 nah.
Cool. Thank you guys. All right, Mist. Signing off. Anything else? Let's get some shout outs in the chat for Mist. We'll have the link down below so you can go check out GradientMist on Twitch. Where else can we find you, Mist? Give yourself some shout out. Give yourself give us some info. Where are
Yeah,
you?
you can find me on Instagram, GradientMist, or Twitter, GradientMist, anywhere. Like you like memes and all that dumb stuff, You like the filters and junk. I'm kind of funny, guys. I'm kind of funny. Check me out on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, freaking TikTok. I'm everywhere, guys. Just GradientMist.
Love it. Beautiful. Cool. Mist, thank you very much, dude. And I'll see you in a League of Legends game very soon, man.
Yeah, later, homie.
All right. Take
Thank you
care.
so much, dude.
Thank
All
you,
right.
man.